Hey everybody, welcome back to ArrrCee. I'm ArrrCee, and today we're checking out Black the Fall on the Switch. Now this is a game I believe came out a few months ago on Steam, and was only just recently released on the Switch back in mid-December. It's actually a pretty interesting game if you are a fan of Limbo, or Inside, or the game that we've recently been streaming on the channel, Little Monsters. If you're a fan of any of those games or have played them before, this is a game that fits exactly in that that whole category, I guess. Dark platformer puzzle games. You actually play as this character we see on screen here, pedaling the weird bicycle contraption. I don't know anything about him. Don't know his name. Don't know what the hell this game is about. It is a weird, crazy, futuristic sci-fi world where there are just a ton of I don't know if you want to call them slaves or what, but they all live in this really gross industrial complex here. So I want to show this game off today. I don't think that I want to show off too much of it, just in case it's something that I may want to come back to and stream later, or perhaps it's a game that you want to download and explore for yourself. These games, technically, you don't want to, get too far into them and expose too much and spoil too much until you actually get into play a bit of yourself. So here we go. We're not going to hit continue. We're actually going to go to chapters because it doesn't look like there's a way to start a new game here. We're actually going to start from the very beginning so you guys can get an idea of it. I am actually not too terribly far into this. As you can see, there's only the 3 chapters I have unlocked right now. But there's just I don't know, it's a very cool, interesting game, and it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, I've gotten this far into it, I don't want to spoil it for anybody or talk about things I've already seen, so let's just start right from the beginning. The one thing I noticed about this game while playing is really long loading scenes. You won't really get into a position where it's loading a lot because the game seamlessly goes from area to area to area, but that initial load, I was like, man, this is kind of long, isn't it? But when you see what the game is doing, it's actually running pretty well. Now, from the video you're watching right now, you might notice that, oh, this looks pretty good. This game looks really vibrant and beautiful on the portable version of Switch, but if you're playing on the, I guess the TV, with it docked or whatever, it doesn't look as good. You could tell there's a bit of pixelation and that kind of stuff among the characters and everything, and there is some slowdown at points, which you might be able to see when we're playing it here. But okay, regardless, here we are. You can see that we've arrived in this really strange elevator with all these other people who have kind of the same weird, red light on a stick thing that we got connected to our backs there. With this character, you can jump, you can, run, jump, you can crouch, and you actually have a use button, which is used, to use things, obviously. But yeah, if you use this bike here, this very rudimentary start to the game here. So you jump on the bike, you notice, like, oh, if I just tap it, he doesn't do anything. You actually have to hold the button when you're doing something. So hit pedal the bike. And you'll find yourself doing this, a few times throughout the game, pedaling bikes and that kind of thing. These weird bike machines seem to be all over the place. Alright, so there's the door open. We gotta get in there. There we go. Now, you're going to notice that when you run throughout these games, you're going to have these cameras shooting at you. There you go. I was in the light for too long and it took me out. But the game has a really, really great checkpoint system. Wherever you die, most of the time it's going to checkpoint you there, or at least very, very closely to where you were. But some of these areas can be pretty sticky. I had one area that I'm not completely sure how I got through it. Oh, it managed to see me. Oh, I almost got away. You can see what we got to do here, right? Almost made it through. You gotta follow the block. And one of the other reasons I didn't want to show off things that are too far into the game also is that this game is another short game, very similar to Limbo, and here we go, we can push this through and we can get in. Very similar to Limbo and Inside. It's very short. For what I could tell on the internet, it's only like a 3-hour game. Depending on how good you are in it, you know, it could be shorter than that, I really don't know. Here we go, here's some fire we have to take care of. Obviously, if you jump into it, oh, just burned to a crisp. But, you see there's a valve up there. Now this is where some of the stuff comes in handy. As far as like running and jumping and stuff. Run up over to this jump. So you get to a little bit of a longer jump. You can actually reach that one, you know, without having to run and do it. But there are some areas where you do have to run and jump. And you get a little bit more distance and a little bit more height. Okay, we're now through this area. But yeah, another relatively short, you know, dark platforming game. As with all of these games, Limbo, Inside, and, you know, Little Nightmares probably being the longest of the games that are very similar that have come out. This guy's inspecting these dudes as they walk through, so we actually have to run through at a very certain time here. So the way to do this part is you gotta wait for this guy to sort of attack one of the other ones. And you'll see in a second here what happens. So he'll force that guy through, and then we want to just run through as he's distracted. And you're gonna come to this thing here. So this was the area that I actually most recently was most stuck on. The rest of that stuff was pretty simple. Ooh, we want to bring that back, and you'll see what happened here in a moment. But as I activated this, you run this little platform into this side, and that'll break open a window, right? And so then this security thing comes over here to check it out, and for some reason, every time I tried to go through this thing, it would always catch me no matter what. You're supposed to wait for it to fully reset itself back to where it is and try to crawl through. Oh, nope. I just died. So the real solution to this is you actually want to bring this thing down. Now this is one of the situations, this particular puzzle here makes the game feel somewhat dated, and I don't know if that's in a positive light or not. Because, you know, it sort of harkens back to 90s point-and-click adventures where you have something you have to do and the animation just takes a long time for it to happen. You might remember games like that. Here we go. Break this one open. See, that's why it was killing us, because we were stepping into that steam stuff there. Did not notice that last time. Okay, so he'll go back, so now we can crawl through here. But the particular animation for this platform thing, as it moves and everything, just moves super, super slow. Makes it feel like an old 90s point-and-click adventure, which is not a bad thing. It's pretty cool. But in a way, I could see like why gameplay like this would be, you know, somewhat of a turn-off for certain people. The one thing I will say is, even if this is here, we got to use this bike. We got to wait until right there. Nope, still saw me. He's gonna get me. Boom. Yeah, I could see why this would be a turnoff, because if you play a game like Limbo or Inside, the character, at least to me, feels a little bit more fluid controlling. The character in this feels a little stiff. Here we go, we made it now. So you can see that a lot of the stuff that you're doing here, it controls a bit strangely, as if you're playing an older game as well. Alright, so we're gonna have this guy sleeping, and we gotta sneak by him without knocking this bucket over. There we go. No big whoop there. Here we go. Now this is actually the point where I made it earlier. So getting to this point before actually took me a bit longer. You can see the video, what, we're maybe close to 10 minutes in. But this took me probably 20 minutes the first time through, because I wasn't sure how to get through some of those puzzles and everything. Now that I knew, not really a big deal. This part I have not even tackled yet, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do here, but this will give you a good idea of... Okay. I believe I'm gonna have to stay behind the boxes here. Okay, so he'll shoot. Oh, but he never stops. Okay. There we go. Now I can activate this. Oh, I see what we want to do. Okay. Boom. Took it out. So this game is also one of those games where once you learn... Oh, I love that it still follows you around even though it's broken. That's really great. It's one of those games that when you get more familiar with the controls and how the enemies react to you and everything like that, you can approach a new puzzle and kind of know what you need to do, if that makes sense. He can't quite make it through there, so we gotta keep running him into it. I'm assuming we gotta climb it. Oh, this is funny. This game is also true 2.5D, that is to say you control the character on one plane here. Regardless of what it looks like in 3D and everything, you're hitting, you know, left and right, and that's the only way you're going. There's no up, there's no down, at least not that I've encountered just yet. Let's move on just a little bit further. Like I said, this is not going to be a very long video, because I want to show off the game and get you guys interested in it and see if it's something you would like to play. Alright, we do have one of these guys here. Let me go back the other way. Alright, we have one of our friends down there doing something. I'm not quite sure what. But he's sort of just controlling that little guy all over the place. Making him, or rather, making him go back and forth all over the place. What am I supposed to be doing here? Okay, so I can't go back. So there's no doing there. Oh, right here. Okay, so I gotta jump right here, I think. Once he walks by, you see it gives you a little bit of a clue. There we go. We got him. We took him out. Oh, and now I have whatever it is this thing is. Your first item of the game. I'm not sure what it is or what it does. Let's see. Trying to figure out what button it's tied to. Wait, there we were. Saw it appear for a second. There we go. Okay, you use... That's interesting. You use the camera button, or camera stick rather, the right stick to kind of move this thing around. Okay, so we get him. Still trying to figure this out. We do actually have a control menu as well, which we're going to take a look at because I'm not sure how to use that. Okay, so we got the laser pointer. Use laser pointer. Aim it. Okay, so you have to hit one of the bumpers to actually use it. Okay. There we go. Alright, so we use the laser pointer. Interesting. Do we need to keep... Oh yeah, he's going to open up the gate for us. I don't know what that red bolt is in the background or what it even does, but... Okay. Okay, so he'll control that, and that will do what? Okay, that'll bring that nut up that way. Yeah, not sure what the red nut does. It's red, so it would seem as though it'd be important, but I guess that's not the case. Guess that's all we need. Yeah, I guess we're in the new area. Okay. Run away before it destroys me. Yeah, I'm dead. Okay, so I still got him. Alright, so that's because I'm jumping into the toxic waste, I believe. Let's try this again. He'll run over there. It's gonna shoot me. Yep. How am I supposed to do this part? Seems like anytime I use the laser pointer, it knows that I'm using it, so what should I be doing here? Yeah, anytime I use the button, if I even push it, if I use it on him, we're good. So if I use it here, it's red. Oh, I see. It's because the laser pointer is going through his... Oh, okay. Now now it's making sense. Before I'm looking at it like, dude. Oh, we get you over there. Oh, I'm not sure why I activated there. Okay. Nope, I should have ran by at that point. Oh man, I don't know what's happening exactly here. This is pretty wild. Oh, okay, so it's blocking... I see. Look at that. Boom. I was just gonna say, it would be a real shame if, would be a real shame had he done through all that and we went through that big long animation, that thing coming up, and then we were to just get shot right afterwards, you know? There we go. Laser pointer done. So yeah, don't use the laser pointer in the beam of that thing because he will know that you're using it. Oh, okay, you just point it at whichever way you want to go, so we can go back down if we want. Alright, cool. So this has a lot of puzzle solving going on within it. Look at this, we got some interesting, weird portraits on the wall here. Oh, he saw me immediately. But I guess I wasn't crouching. Everybody's being brainwashed in the background there. Oh, he's coming my way. Keep going. Oh, he saw me. Damn. See, pretty good checkpointing, you see that? Like, that was right where I died. Oh, that did not quite work out, did it? Let's try this again. He found some kind of rubber ducky on the ground or something. Gotta wait to see what this guy's gonna do. Oh, I almost made it. I think I gotta react just a little bit more quickly. Timing is everything on this one. Nope, he didn't even get to it at that point. Oh, jeez. All right, we're gonna wait the whole time here and see what happens. Alright, yep, so all we had to do was just wait a bit longer. We would have been fine. Definitely don't want to get impatient with this game. The moment you get impatient, that's when you're gonna die almost immediately. There we go. We're now in another new area here. Alright, we got this guy. And... like he's gonna run over and turn on this camera thing. Another brainwashing camera area. Oh, and here we go. If you're ready for a nice little video. Yep, turn it on. Let's go. Alright, so he's gonna walk, he's gonna sit down, probably watch the video, I'm assuming. Nope, he saw me. Probably not a good idea to run there, huh? Alright, let's see if we can get through this part here. And we'll probably call the video. Because like I said, I really don't want to show too much of this game. Getting into, yeah, a little over 20 minutes in. I don't want to get too far in, just in case you guys want to play it, and I don't want to spoil things for you. But what I will say about Black the Fall is that I am definitely enjoying it. I think it's a cool little game. I think that it fits right in with, you know, all those other disturbing, you know, 2D platformer type games that have been, you know, been releasing sparingly over the past few years or so. See if I crawl over here, if this guy will see me this time. Just gotta be patient. Oh, nope, don't want to crawl back down. Nope, don't want to crawl back down. There you go, keep walking. Oh man, look at this area. Okay, we do have a bike. Let's see what happens here. You gonna start looking in the back or something? Oh, I see. We gotta keep moving these guys around. Alright, that's pretty interesting. I wonder what kind of objects are gonna add later in the game, but There you go, everybody. That is Black the Fall. Like I said, I don't want to get too terribly far into this, just so that way you guys can also enjoy the game yourself. Oh, we're not gonna we're not gonna make it here. But yeah, I think it's a really cool game. I think it's another great game in the genre. Like I said, this is as far as I've gotten into it. So what you've seen is everything I've seen as well. But I hope this kind of, gives you some insight into what this game is all about, because I do think it's pretty cool. It looks like the team put a lot of time and effort into such a game. But yeah, there you go. That's Black the Fall. It's available on Switch right now, so check it out if this interests you. GG, everyone, and I'll see you next time.